Hello, hello, hello. I am back. So this time, I actually just learned about data tables, and I am so excited for the possibilities of data tables. So, yeah, let me go see if I can get into it right now. Let me open this file up. Because, as a noob solo dev, I pretty much just did everything within Unreal Engine. And so that means whenever I was working with assets, I would always use arrays and the values in the arrays. So later on, I found out like how much, overhead that can cause. So I don't know why. I've heard of data tables before, but I never took the time to learn about them. But now, oh wow, I'm just like blown away by data tables. So they're really really convenient and makes my solo dev journey that much easier, I would say. And not so much like going through hell and all that kind of stuff. Hell and all that kind of stuff. So let me see if I can switch this over. I'm working on the first map, but that's the cool thing because even though I have four maps, I can just do everything on one map and then just copy and paste them to the other maps. Whereas before with the arrays, it would take me forever just to copy and paste the values into them. So let me see if I can show you. This is the first blueprint. And see, you can see all of these arrays here. Can you see all these arrays? On the side here. Let me see. If I open them, they have like 16. If I hover over them, look at all of those values that I had to input manually one by one, and it took forever. But the cool thing about data tables, let me see if I could go back to data tables. Data is that, you can, I mean, it's just as difficult to input everything. However, you can export this. You just go export to CSV or JSON if you use JSON. I think that's JavaScript. I don't know. But anyways, you can. I export it to CSV, and let me see. I do not know if I can show you this. Let me see. I have to close this. You should be able to see it now. So this is the CSV of that data table I just showed you. And if you know how to use spreadsheets, in this case, this is the web version of Excel, it is so powerful for adding thousands and thousands of values rather than like if you're in Unreal Engine and you have to do it one by one manually and take forever. If you've seen my previous videos, you've seen how many hours I've wasted just copy paste, copy paste, copy paste, enter, 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 entering data over and over until the whole entire array was completed. So this is really good for anything that is like hard coded data. Well, actually, no, you can use it for non hard coded stuff too. Like I'm planning on using it on uh, what do you call it? Hmm. Sheesh, I don't remember what you call it. Oh, like null and empty arrays. So I can just take the data from the data table here and just enter it into an array. a temporary array and then just start doing stuff in the game with that, in the editor with that. And it just makes it so much more easier and convenient. So yeah, let me see. This here is deck 3, and this is the starboard side. I guess I could say stuff like, change this to star so that I know this is starboard. And then I'm going to have like port side and bow and stern. So, but let me see if I can go back to where is it? Go back to Unreal Engine. Over here. I feel like there's a cat meowing or something outside. Dang. I know recently a a rabbit just sort of gave birth maybe like a week ago. And then we found baby rabbits, but the mama rabbit abandoned it. So I remember thinking like, why can I hear like little squeaking sounds? And probably that was because the rabbits were crying all night. But anyways, so I don't know what that is because my friend already took them to the animal shelter, so they said they can take care of them because we don't know how to take care of them. They're stray, they're stray rabbits. Um, so yeah, I don't know. It sounds like I can hear meowing or squeaking, like maybe baby rabbits or even a baby kittens. Anyways, let me see. Head back and show you. So yeah, you can just do all of that tedious work that that's one of the reasons why I call Unreal Engine tedious engine, because you gotta manually input everything one by one. You select this and enter, and then you select this and then you enter, and then you select this. And there's some places like if you go into the if you go into these, you can copy and paste and make it little life a little bit easier. But even better than that, if you can do that in, you know, a spreadsheet, because the spreadsheet is specifically designed to, you know, rearrange and manipulate data. So this makes it so much easier. And I heard of them and it sounded overwhelming. I heard of data tables, and that's why I never really got into them. But now I just recently learned about them, and I was like, wow, this is like so cool. So, and I'm not an expert in spreadsheets or anything, but I do see the convenience they afford you. So let me go ahead and move this down. Was this to 18, I suppose? Okay. Then, actually, no, let me copy this part and see if I can paste it here. All right. Actually, no, I need these. So let me see if I can copy these. Actually, need that. What I don't need is don't need this guy down here. I want one to start up here, and then the rest of these can be filled in. All right. So, but this here, I suppose I could. No, I'll do. Yeah. Let me see. I'll do it. Ah, okay. I gotta go back. I gotta go back to well, editor and look at the. So this is the CSV that we're working on right now, deck 3. So deck 1 is down here. You see this right down here? Oh, it's going to select everything. So down here is deck 1. Up here, this is deck 2. And now I'm working on deck 3 right here. So this is the table, the data table right here that is also the spreadsheet that I just showed you. So this information is the same as the spreadsheet. So you can edit all of this in the spreadsheet so much more easier than just one by one clicking here and that, all that kind of stuff, and then re-import it back into here, and then from here you can just start using it to in your blueprints. And again, I'm not a programmer, so I don't do C++, but everything is done in blueprints, and then they show up here. So I want the equivalent of this on this side of deck 3, and then I'm going to work on bow to complete this side, and again on that side. So once I do that, I've completed this here floor deck 3 data table. Then I can just copy and paste that into floor deck 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, plus 1 and 2, and then just go into them in Excel and adjust the z coordinates for the different heights, right? So as you can see, this obviously is not 971. This one is, so the height of deck 3 is at 971, which is up here, and deck 2 is over here at, I don't know, like 471, and then down here is 0. Well, in my case, I'm using -75 because if you go down below the floor, you can see these floors are very thick. So I don't want it to be that high. All right. So anyways, yeah, let me go back to the spreadsheet so that I can start working on it. Infinite stupidity. I forgot to get the information about these. Gotta go back. So let me do that. Get back into the Unreal Engine. Let me see. I have a stray. Here we go. This one. Where is it? Oh, it's right here. Okay, so let me move this. Let me see. Let me get in a good viewport position to do this. Okay, here we go. And then I click on move. Now I don't have to manually move. I can just do it this way. So -35. Whoops. Negative. Let me undo that, because that's not the. I want to move this one, 6,000. So -6,000. 6,000. Okay. So maybe that's too much. So -5,000. No. -45. Oh wait, I'm not aligned properly. Okay, so it actually was 5,000. Okay, so this is where I want it. This is where I want the first one to. Well, maybe not here. This one is like the last one. So let me see if I'm. Oops, undo clicking on that. Let's see, try. So if this was 35, I'm sorry, -3,500. Oops. So what did I do? Oh, okay. I did too many. Alright, so here we go. Here. Alright, this is where the first one, this is where I want the first one. So -5,000 and -3,500. So now I just go back to the spreadsheet. Oh, I actually, what? What? Let me check on something. Oh, it is. It does start at negative 4,000, not negative 3,500. Huh. Let me do that. Yeah, it does start. Okay, so I guess I have to follow that. So let me do that then. So what is it? It's negative 5,000. Negative 5,000, right? And then I just, let me see, can I copy it like that? Mm. All right. See how much faster and easier that is than manually inputting these data one by one? Okay, so what is 16 plus 32? That's 848. Oops, let me undo that. Let me undo that. Okay. I can just type it in. Oops, no. As 47, not 48. Okay, there we go. And then, actually, no. This one, let me count that. So, this one, the bow and stern has different number of floors. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. You know what? Let me look at the actual uh, variables. So port has 16, that's correct. Starboard has 16, bow has 22, and stern has 22 floors. So I need to go and add 22 to this. What is 22? See, 20, 49 plus 22, 71 plus, no, there's 22 is 93. So about 93, is that right? 93. Let me see. 22 plus 22 plus 16 plus 16. That's all the floors I need. So let me try it again. 22 plus 22 plus 16 plus 22 plus 22 plus 16 plus 16. It's only 76. So why did I get 93? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. Oh, because I already counted these. 22, 23, 24. So those are already there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. And then add another 22, so that is 77. Okay. Alright, so let me do that. Let me go number this all the way to 77. Okay, so that should be the 22 I need. Alright, so let me see if I can get the data from the actual array variables. So let me see if I do that. Head back into, go to the main blueprint, click on the here, and then just right click on this and copy. And see, I don't think I'm gonna like how it'll paste. So how am I gonna do this? Let me see if I can paste it here. I don't know. Can I? Shoot. We'll have to add a new window capture. Call this notepad. Called notepad. Same executable. Say okay. So no, let me see. Where is notepad? Oops. Gosh darn it. Alright, there we go. So let me move this down. Okay, so I'm in Notepad. So I copy pasted the data from the Unreal Engine, the array variable in Unreal Engine. Okay, and so now I got to replace. Actually, let me copy and paste this first. My mouse is all kind of messed up. Copy this. Paste it here. And replace all. Okay. And copy all of this. Paste it here. Replace all. So now there's none of that. Copy all of this. Paste it here. This is so much easier than working in the variables, the array variables. Okay, so now I just got the X and the Y and its comma separated values. So that's what a CSV is. All right, let me go and do this. Copy, paste, and replace it with just a comma. All right, and then copy all of these. Yeah. Copy, paste. Make sure this is empty. Oh no. We put it back and add this equal sign. There we go. Oh, there we go. Now that's gone. No, I just... Hey, why is this still here? Uh-oh, it's messing up on me. I have to do this manually. Then just get rid of that. Alright, so now it should be 22 value. Yes, 22 values. So delineate that. Where am I? So I don't know if this is... Well, let's just do it anyways. I hope it's in the correct... Okay. After every negative 75, I will enter so that it's on a different line. And that way, when you copy and paste this into the spreadsheet, it should separate everything into separate cells and separate rows. But we'll see. If not, uh-oh. It's going to be a headache. Try to copy everything. Alright, so select all. Well, first of all, let me save this just in case. Do I remember? No, I don't remember. This is the bow. Okay, deck 3 bow. I'm going to call it floor deck 3 bow. Data floor deck 3 bow. And don't need to save it as CSV yet. Just save it as a text, that's fine. Right, select all and copy. Now let's see if we can copy and paste this into the actual spreadsheet at the right place. Let's see. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. Okay. Not okay. But, dang it. I mean, it should be easy just to type in negative 4,500 here and then just copy the whole thing down. Like that. And then copy all of this down here. Like that. And then just get rid of... I mean, if it's hard to work with that, you just go there. Why is it not deleting? Oh no, you gotta be kidding me. I guess I do have to enter it one by one. What happened? Why is this not deleting? Oh, now it's deleting. weird. Maybe it was. I just didn't notice that it was. See. Delete that. Delete that. Delete that. Delete that. I mean, I guess this is still better than manually inputting everything. 22 times 3, what, 66 variables. But then I have to do this for the last side. This was bow. I'm going to have to do this for stern. But I don't think I actually will, because now I have this data right here that I can just copy and paste down here, and then just change whatever value this is, and then just copy and paste all of the deck 3's height. Okay. So that's so much more faster than Unreal Engine. You have it to type everything in manually one by one. Right. Oops. Don't want to replace. Alright. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. Perfect. Alright, so this doesn't need to be. I'm gonna spread it out just a little like that. I wonder if that's a baby rabbit or something. My goodness, I can hear something going meow, meow, or squeaking. Alright, so 1, 2, okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. Alright. Just copy. Paste. The x value, or in the x, the y coordinates is going to be different. Right? But the z is all going to be, because everything is on deck 3, so the z is going to be the same. So let me just go ahead and copy this down. So convenient. Alright, and then I have to figure out this, so I'll be right back. I'm not going to switch it. Go back to this, and let me find out what that actual number is. So if bow was at negative 4,500, stern is at positive 4,000. Okay, so hopefully that works. So positive 4,000. And let me just copy and paste it all. So much more easier than manually inputting everything. Okay, so that should be it for... Wow. Instead of taking me hours like in my previous videos, it just took me like a couple of minutes. Alright, so and then you go over here. Hopefully this are the correct coordinates, because it was messed up before. So, but we'll see what happens. So you export as a UTF-8, because if you use the CSV, that might, not that might, but it has newer things that is probably incompatible with Unreal Engine. So we just use that. Alright, then you can't see this, but I'm just going to move this to the correct spot. Move this to my data folder in my project folder. And paste it here. Replace the old CSV. Alright, now that's there. Now we should be able to head back into Unreal. Let me go to data and re-import with new file. Deck 3. And there's no pop-up, so it means it should have worked. Let me see. Let me save that. Oh, there it is. All of the data. Okay, 971. We got the 4000s. We got negative 4500s. And then we got the 5500s on this side and the negative 5000s. Alright, so hopefully this will work now for all of this. Okay. I don't have to pick a new one because it's already right here. Deck 3. Same with this one. Deck 3, it's already right here. So you just gotta get the data table with this node and then do a for each loop to throw all of this data into a loop so that you can get each and every single one of the elements in this, this data table, and then throw it to this here data table row node, and then from there you can output the coordinates, all of these values, into that instance, and that should create the so let's compile that and see hopefully if that works. So now if I move over, it should be, and there it is. There's deck 3. Nice. Yes, it works so much faster. If I had done this with just variables, arrays, it would have taken me hours. There's proof in the previous videos, and you'd watch me like just over and over, just type in everything one by one manually. So this is so much easier. Now with that information, I can just simply copy and paste for deck 2 and deck 1, deck 4, even deck 5. Deck 5 will be different though. But anyways, let me go ahead and do that for deck 3. So let me go ahead and duplicate this. Call it deck. Oh, it's already. Look at that. How convenient. It's already named deck 4. Thank you very much. However, the data inside is not correct. The only part that is not correct is the z-axis, because obviously it's not going to be on the same level as deck 3. So let's find out right now what level that's supposed to be. Looks like 1471, I guess. Let me undo that. X, no, I want to know what, so let me see, negative 4500, yeah. Let me just see if it's flush with the, that floor that it's touching. It is, it looks like it, yes. I can't pick on this because it's already an instance, so it won't, it'll choose everything and it won't give me, it's just giving me the world location of everything. And so that's why I can't pick that to tell. But visually I can tell that it is flush. So 1471 is correct. So that means now that I got that information, I can simply export this as a CSV. And why am I doing that? Because it is so much easier to change this data. Because right now, the only way to change this data is manually one by one, going through every single one of these. But if I can just, you know, export it as a CSV, call it deck 4, floor deck 4.csv, right? And then move into spreadsheet, view all files. Oh, I don't think you can see this part, but I'd have to not view all files, but open files from device. Click on floor deck 4.csv. It's going to upload it to your OneDrive since I'm using, what am I using? Excel, which is Microsoft, and so I'm not using Google's Sheets or Google Drive, which it would save it to Google Drive, but I'm not using that. I'm using Microsoft Excel, web version of Excel, and it's going to save it to Microsoft's OneDrive. So I got to go to OneDrive, and where is it? Did I even upload it? What is going on? I don't even know. Oh, there it is. There it is. Okay, so move to Slim Out Vertigo. Move here. All right, so now I'm gonna go back to Slim Out Vertigo. Okay, then I can open it. All right, so deck 4 is this. And again, all I need to do is, I don't even have to do that. I could just say control, I don't know. So, is it this? No. What is this? Oh, because I have to edit. I have to convert it to an Excel sheet. That's right. Forgot. Alright, so let me just get rid of this. Now I can just control H and 971. See how much easier it is to work with a spreadsheet? So now all of the deck 3 has now become deck 4. And that's it. That's it. Everything else is the same. So again, just export as CSV UTF-8. You can't see this part, but I'm going to move that new CSV file back to the correct folder. Oops, I gotta rename it. Don't know what happened. Why did it, let me go back. Anyway, let me move it first. Why did it not change the the spreadsheet name? Let me see. This one is A. That one, that is so weird. Let me change it again. Put it back to A. Okay, so Also, I gotta make sure I upload the new. Let me go back to there and upload the new CSVs or updated CSVs. So let me do that first. I'll just take these two, upload these, and then replace all. And it should show up a few seconds ago. Okay. Alright, so now let me head back to Unreal Engine and update this with the correct information. Re-import with the new file. Let's open it. There we go. Now it's all deck 4 Z coordinates. Nice. Alright, so let me save that. And move this out of the way. What is this? Negative. Alright, move it a little bit more. Alright, so now we go back in and just copy and paste this. Add another pin. Oh, we don't have to add another pin there. Remove that pin. There's already a pin right here, so we just copy and paste that one. Move all of these old ones. Just copy. Not copy, but duplicate. Yikes. My mouse is all kinds of messed up. I don't know what's up with my mouse. Okay, did another duplicate. I could save that for deck 2 or something. Yeah, deck 2 and deck 1. That cannot be a bunny rabbit or a cat because it's too consistent. It's never ending. Alright. So there we go. Might as well. In fact, let me change this to 1, 2. This is 3. Let me get rid of that one. It's gonna have 2 and 1. And then this one is 4. Alright, so if I compile, and it should show up now. And it didn't show up. Yikes, what happened? Oh, it did. It's just the wrong, I didn't pick the correct one, so I gotta pick deck 4. Deck 4, let me just double check it. That's about it. Alright, save that. Oh, there it is. Now it shows up. Nice. Put that next to it. And so you see how table is so much easier. Now I got lots more floors to run around on. And it completely covered all of these. I guess I could do 5, but 5 is a different deck. It's completely different from 1, 2, 3, and 4. It's actually like the whole thing, whereas 1, 2, 3, and 4 is just the outer frame, because the inner frame is going to be all procedurally generated hallways. Whereas 5 is like it covers the whole entire floor. There's, Anyhow, so let's see what that is. If I add a 500 to that, will it be um, will it be flush with it? Yeah, it looks like it. Yeah. So deck 5 is actually, so you know what? I'm just going to do that. So add another one, duplicate, and it's already at 5. Let me just save it. What is the value at again? 1971. So let me go ahead and export that as a CSV into the proper folder, my data folder. All right, and then just go back to the spreadsheet and upload that file. Right here, open it up. I don't need these other ones. Okay, edit the workbook, convert it to an XLS file, and get rid of this. Don't need that. I don't know why that shows up there. And just do a Control H. Replace all 1471 with 1971. Replace all. And save as. Export as a CSV UTF-8. And rename and move the file to the correct folder. Rename it to Floor Deck 5 and move it to the data folder. Where is it? Here. Replaced the other one. Alright. Let me see. So now I head back in to Unreal Engine and re-import with the new file. Let me check. Yeah, it's all 1971, 1971, 1971. Good. All right. So everything's 19. All the Z coordinates are 1971, which is the 5th deck or the 5th floor. So let me go ahead and save that. And go back and add another pin. Copy and paste this. Oh, you know what? I can just use this one down here. Come on, mouse, please. Select Floor Deck 5. Floor Deck 5. Compile. And save. Ta-da! Now I have a deck 5. Except for the deck 5, again, I want to cover everything with floor tiles. Also, if you don't know, deck 5 is going to extend back here into like a giant, you know, more of these types of floors, but with different designs, and it's going to extend back here. But anyhow, for this portion of deck 5, this is good enough for now. All right. Let me, okay, so that was just floors. Now I need to do the walls and the ceilings. Okay. So right now If you run on 2, you see the ugly ceiling. That's the bottom of the floor. But if you run in 1, then you see a better ceiling. That's what we want, is those ceilings, not the bottom of the floors. Okay. I don't know if that's going to work, though. I hope it works. I feel like it might be too small. We'll see. So like if I, okay, so let me get rid of this. Delete that one. And let me see if I can find, as part of the modular sci-fi pack, go into static meshes, hard surface environment. It's easier if I just go through here. It's called, what's it called? It's called SM Modular Roof Module Merged. SM Modular Roof Module Merge. Let me see if I can select it from browse to the asset. Can I do that? Browse to this. Okay. Here it is. Alright, now let me drag it in. Oops, what happened? Oh no. I think it might have messed up the view. Okay. Let me see. It didn't mess up the view. Nice. It messed up my view. Yeah. So something's wrong with my mouse. I don't know why. Okay. I'm trying to fix my view. For you guys, it's fine. But for me, it's messed up, so. Here we go. Should be much better now. Okay. Can I add? Let me move this way. I'm gonna add it this way. Yeah, there's definitely something wrong with my my mouse. It's just not letting me. It's happened before. I think I'm gonna have to close it out and let me go ahead and save all my work first, and then just move it to this. So before I shut it down, I am going to copy the not copy, but clone, duplicate, make deck 1, and then duplicate, make deck 2, save that, and export them as CSV files. Okay. So that I can work on them. Actually, I didn't have to do that. I could just directly copy the actual files in the folder. I don't have to do it here. And oh well, I done did it already. So, all right, let me close these up and shut down Unreal Engine. See if I can restart it and see if it'll fix the mouse bug that I have, like trying to drag assets from the content browser into the world level. It doesn't work for me. I don't know why. I mean, it does sometimes, but in some cases it's bugged out and it doesn't. So I found out if I restart Unreal Engine editor, sometimes it clears that bug and allows me to work with the mouse normally. But while I'm waiting for that, we just go ahead and upload these files. I just okay. Where is it? Okay. Upload the second one. Now I can open these. Right, and then I can edit these, convert to an XLS file, get rid of all of this, and then go ahead and Control H. 1971 becomes, this is deck 1, so it's negative 75. And just make sure, yes, everything is negative 75. Alright, so export as a CSV. Okay, and then before I go back, so open this one. What happened? It didn't. Huh. Oh, there it is. It took a while to show up. All right. Okay. So, anyways, moving on. CSV, floor 2, deck 2, and deck 2 is 471. So, edit. Get rid of this. Control H. 1971 becomes 471. I think. Is that correct? Yeah, it should be correct. Okay, 471. All right, and export that as a CSV UTF-8 file. And go ahead and rename these. Okay, and we can move these, paste these into the data folder that I have everything, and just replace the old files. And so let me see if Unreal Engine is working now. I'm also playing Raid Shadow Legends. So while I wait on that to open, or Unreal Engine to open, let me just play a little bit in Raid Shadow Legends. Just claiming some rewards here. Let's see, claim that. Okay, let me pick the correct version of Unreal Engine. Open that up. Let's see. Can it see that's yeah, should be able to see that it's loading. Okay, so is it loaded? Yes, it looks like it's loaded. Alright, so let me head back. How am I gonna do this? Dun dun dun. So deck 5, deck 4, deck 3, deck 2 and deck 1 are not the methods I want to use. It's using the array variables, but I want to delete those array variables. Let me see, how big is this file? 534 kilobytes. The other maps are smaller because they don't have everything yet. So this one is 342, 374, 344, and this is the main menu. It's only 118. But the first map is 534 because it has everything. It has all these stairwells and all the deck 3, 4, and 5. Whereas all these maps don't have it yet. They only have, let me see. They only have deck 1. They don't even have any of the stairs. So that's why they're smaller in file size. Let's head back and I want to see if hopefully it'll reduce the file size. I don't know. So I'm going to replace deck 2, deck 1 floors with data table variables rather than the array variables. Like if I open this up, and you should see it's using all of this here. It's all of these variables to do all that. Whereas I don't want all of that because you don't want to have too many variables here in one blueprint. It can bog your system down, especially hard-coded data like all of this. This has 224 array elements, and I don't know if you've seen this video. I had to manually input all of these variables one by one. That took forever. I can't remember which video that was, but it's up on my YouTube channel. So yeah, I can get rid of that now because I do have it now in data table format. It's all over here, 224, and I can simply replace the code. Where is that code that uses this variable with data table variable, with the data table, which is so much more convenient and more easier and less less of a load on the compiler, the Unreal Engine editor compiler, as well as in-game. So let me see. I don't know where it is. Where would I use this? Because I know I used it. So I don't remember where I used it. Oh my goodness. Are you kidding me? So I'll begin play. Add use vector location to the occupied. Don't have to worry about occupied because it's a null array, which means it's empty, and it'll only fill up whenever during runtime. So that's fine. That's how you want to use arrays, like an empty bucket. and then have the data table empty its values into it, the or empty array, and then do stuff with it with nodes and stuff. So, but for the case of unoccupied, I have it hard coded into it, which bogs down the system, bogs down the compiler. Uh, Instead of seconds of compiling, it takes minutes, and those minutes, that's a waste of time. You start to feel those minutes because, like previously, it was at 2 to 3 minutes long just to compile, and I made a mistake, and I tried to fix. I fixed it, and then I had to wait a minute, like 2 3 minutes just for it to compile the back to being correct, and it's just such a hassle. Um, yeah, I can't find there is a thing that you can do. I forget where you can actually find it. Find where this is. Find references. It's not this one, but yeah, this is close to this one. Let me see. Let me try it. Dun, dun, dun. Variable unoccupied. Event graph. Okay, so I use it here. Oh, I'm using it in. Oh, I'm using it in the actual modules, segments, the hallway segments. Oh, that makes sense, because yes, I do want I want to know which areas of the world is not being used yet, so that I can actually place a floor there. I don't want to place a floor and there's already a floor there, and the overlap in that will just just cause so much CPU or GPU or memory overload. So I don't want to do that. Don't want to stack those. So with the unoccupied, it tells me every single one of the area that is not occupied. So I have to do this for deck 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so let me do that. So I'm going to rename this to unoccupied 1 because it has the. Let me show you. It has the z coordinates for deck 1, which is -75. For deck 2, unoccupied 2, that would be 471. All of this should be 471. So let me just do that. Duplicate. Oh, okay, yeah, there we go. And duplicate. 3, yes, and duplicate. 4, and then duplicate for. Should I do it for 5? For now, I don't. I'll just leave it alone. It's got 3 up here. 2 and. Uh-oh, what's going on with this? Huh. What happened? My engine is buggy again. I don't know what it is. Is it my... I wonder what's causing this. Okay, anyways. And export these as CSV. And change the Z coordinates. But for now, I will do all of that later. Because I don't know what's up with deck 4. It's not allowing me to right click it or open it. Alright, so anyways, I think, is that it for now? I mean, because otherwise I was just gonna do the walls and the ceilings. So yeah, ceilings will take this as well. So let me go ahead and create a ceiling. How should I do it? Should I just copy this? Yeah, because they have the same x and y coordinates as the floor. Oops. They have the same x and y coordinates as the floor. It's just their z is a little bit higher than the floor. Oh my goodness, but I don't know if it's... Uh-oh. 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 Yikes-a-reedy. So let me see if I can go find that. I don't know if this is modular ceiling, I think it was called. Here, this one. Okay, now I can drag it into the world. Alright, so if this one is... Let's call it negative 75. Okay, and then let's say negative 470. You know what? If this is the case, then I might just be able to use the exact same... let me see. No, it's not going to be. Is it? I think it might be. I don't know if it's tall enough. Is it? I can't tell. I really can't tell. It looks shorter. Well, we'll see. Yeah, because the ceiling by default is already offset higher than the floor. So I can use exactly the same data table as the floor, as floor deck 1, as the, let's see, let's test it out right now. Let's go to construction. Let's see. Just copy and paste this, or duplicate, not copy paste. Move it away. Right. Select deck 1. Select deck 1. So it should be able to use exactly the same. The only thing different would be this here. Instead of the floor, I want it to be the ceiling. So compile and see what happens. Nothing shows up. Oh. There it is. Why is it on? Oh, cause I. Oh, what happened? Oh, I know what happened. Cause I I copied floor deck 1 from floor deck 5, and I didn't um, change its z coordinates yet in the spreadsheet. So that's why it's using the deck 5 z coordinates instead of the -75 for deck 1. And so when I copy and pasted it into here for the ceiling covered the so instead of that, let me just go ahead and say deck 5, deck 5, and just compile and save that. And yep, there it is. All right, so but I really want to know about this one. This is 471. But in order to do that, I'd have to what do I have to do? I gotta work on it, and I gotta change the values in Excel. So, but other than that, looks like it's working fine. Data tables is a really good replacement for array variables. But I mean, array variables themselves are really good because they hold a lot of data and values that you can use for either vector location, scale, rotation. You can even have different mesh types or different actors as arrays. You can do a lot of things with arrays. You can turn every single one of these variables into arrays. So you can turn this enumerator into an array, these vectors as array, these whatever these are into array. Oh, they are structs. You can turn these structs into arrays, which is this here, an array of structs. You can turn floats into array, names into array, everything, integers into array. So, but the only thing is, it's tedious to work with them with their individual values. But it's so much easier to work in a spreadsheet. So it's a good thing that Unreal Engine has these things called data tables. So I really, really, really like that once I learned about them. Like I said, I heard about them before, but they just sounded too complicated. Not until I actually, started learning about them, like maybe a couple days ago. And I was like, and I tried them out, and I was like, yes, this is awesome. It's like the possibilities are endless. And it's much more convenient and less tedious, which I like to call the Unreal Engine tedious or the tedious engine, because you got to do everything one by one by one manually over and over. So, but yeah, that's it for the what I'm working on right now is adding more floors, but using data tables rather than just the rather than using the array variables. So that's gonna be it for me, guys. Thank you for showing up. Thank you for watching. And hopefully I will see you guys next time. Bye.